here with more. Fox News' very own senior White House correspondent, our friend Peter Doocy. You know, it's interesting because I watch these gaggles. I see you in the Oval Office often. You don't just get one question, you get multiple questions almost on a daily basis. Explain for this audience the difference between the Biden years and Donald Trump's second term.
The biggest difference is with Joe Biden in the Oval Office, you had to think all day about just one sensational question that was really short, and at best you would get a yes or no answer, usually just him laughing as aides said, get out of the room. Whereas with President Trump, including yesterday, I went through basically 2 full pages of questions and follow-ups, and that included my first question, how did you find out that you were dead, even though we were relieved to see that he was, in fact, alive in the Oval Office. He told us that he was. It seems like we are back to taking the president literally, though, because he did make a joke 2 weeks ago on Fox and Friends that he hopes to try to get into heaven. That doesn't mean that he is going to go there right away. And, Sean, I did something that I pretty much never do on this show. I brought a soundbite to show that just last year, when the previous president disappeared for the same amount of time, White House officials assured us that that is normal for a president. Listen to this.
President Biden has not had any events at the White House in the new year, and he's been kept from public view for 3 full days now. Why?
The president had a 3-day swing, went to 4 states in the new year.
So he did a 3-day swing, but for the last 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, none of his constituents have seen him doing anything. Who decided that the American people are best served by seeing less of the president?
I would disagree. I wouldn't say they saw less of the president. He was out there, again, a couple of states in 3 days. I think that's important to note as well, and give the American people the full information here.
And I think about this a lot. The biggest difference between then and now, and the reason that there were not more questions then, is because there was an understanding then that staff was running the White House and President Biden just had to be reached for decisions at the last minute, whereas everybody understands now that it works backwards, where the staff waits for President Trump. So if you don't see him for a few days, it is unusual, but that doesn't mean that there is something wrong. That is how White Houses used to work last year.
I know you personally. You are a friendly individual. You're a friendly guy. You talk to people at other networks. Did they know privately, did they acknowledge to you privately that they fully understood Joe Biden was hiding, he was in cognitive decline, he was mumbling and bumbling and stumbling and hiding? And are they kind of in their own way, even if they don't like Donald Trump, kind of grateful that they have access once again to a president and as much access as he's giving them?
I wouldn't say that anybody during the Biden years ever said that they thought from another network said that they thought he was cognitively impaired, but there was a lot of frustration that he would go so long without ever taking press questions, and at best you got something really quick and then you were rushed out of the room. Whereas now, at least the problem that I have, I go in there worried that I don't have enough questions. President Trump, I assure you that I will continue to try to...
Wait, so I just want to be clear. I want to make sure the audience is clear on this. So everybody watching at home, you're saying that they didn't see what we were playing since 2019, which is a guy that was in significant cognitive decline? You're telling me that they were that blind and they got to see him up close and personal occasionally?
Look at the record of the last couple of years. We really didn't see him a ton. They would put his press secretaries out there to try to lead the administration with the message. They would come up with the message, whereas with this White House, President Trump leads the message, and the staff takes what he is saying, and they form policies from there. They form talking points from there. But it is just completely different, and I was really surprised to be getting text messages from people that don't follow the news that closely, like, what's going on with Trump? I saw this thing on Facebook. I saw this thing on Instagram. And it's like, we just saw him. He's going to the golf course. He's in Sterling. You can try to drive by. You'll probably get stopped at the gate, but he's over there.
Yeah. All right, Peter Doocy, we appreciate your time as always. Thank you. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.